Hey, Dick, I have a question, maybe an observation for you, and that is all three of us we represent quite a wide array of health profession thinking, ideology, philosophy, and so forth. You were trained in the allopathic medical field, and you use drugs and medications and so forth quite often with your trauma patients and so on and so forth. But talk to us a little bit about your understanding of the idea of symptom suppression, of putting the alarm out, maybe not investigating the source of the smoke alarm before you turn it off, that type of a thing. And then I'd love Dick or Ray to weigh in on that as well.
Sure. And in my experience, our supplement, redox signaling molecule, either the blue bottle or Renew 28 or now RedoxGold, is not going to suppress inflammation when it's an important signal that we need to pay attention to, because that amount of inflammation is just overwhelming. And that came up last night in that call. If you have an injury and you put RedoxGold on it, is it going to take that pain away so much that you are going to ignore it when you shouldn't ignore it? And quite frankly, I've not seen that. And I think that's a matter of degree more than it is, because it is inflammation. But we don't have something here that's going to cover up an inflammatory response that needs to be investigated, perhaps medically, or maybe needs further evaluation than just using our redox products to cover that up. On the other case, chronic pain and chronic inflammation is a whole different animal. That's a situation where the body is continuing to react with an inflammatory response that's to a large degree inappropriate, not necessary. And that's where especially this new product, our RedoxGold, comes into play, that can do an amazing job at alleviating that through its effect on chronic inflammation. And I don't think we really totally understand how that works. There's a catalyst involved in this new product, Gold, and that has been used medically for affecting inflammatory conditions. The Gold that we use is different than what used to be used for rheumatoid arthritis, but it's used as a catalyst to help the redox molecule do a better job, so to speak, to do their work for suppressing those signals that are involved with chronic inflammation. And so it's interesting that we now have a targeted redox product, a product that is specifically designed, formulated to alleviate pain. But it's not going to, if you break a bone, it's not going to take the pain away from that injury. If you've got a tumor somewhere that's pressing on nerves and causing problems, it's not going to take that pain away. It might help it a little bit, but it's certainly not going to take it away. And so you don't have to worry about that. But I think it's more a matter of degree than anything, how much inflammation is there. But for a lot of chronic painful conditions, this new RedoxGold, the combination of redox signaling molecules and a certain type of molecular gold, is really, it took 3 years to figure this out. The company's been looking for different catalysts that might make the redox molecules work better. And in this new product, really, it is the redox molecules that are primarily doing the job. The gold is there to augment that response. And I think it's the first of many. The company, I think, I like the analogy that Hunter Dean came up with a year or so ago, where he said your health is like the keyboard on a piano. There's all kinds of different inputs that are involved in keeping us healthy. And what we saw with ASEA Redox supplement, the blue bottle, and then with Renew 28, was that we saw a variety of responses over time by supplementing with redox signaling molecules. And now the company has said, well, let's take some of those things that we know happen over time with supplementing with redox signaling molecules and see if we can focus a quicker, more dramatic response by adding a catalyst, by reformulating, or at least paying pretty close attention to what molecules are in there and in what proportions. Maybe we can really target in on some of these responses and do an even better job. And indeed, they certainly have hit a winner with RedoxGold, because it's very good at alleviating pain and very quickly within minutes, and oftentimes lasting for hours. And I think over time, we're going to see that repetitive use of that, you're going to be able to go longer and longer in between applications of that RedoxGold. We're already starting to see some evidence of that through experience. So this product is a winner. And if somebody says, well, how do I know it works? The best thing is to say, well, where do you hurt? Because most everybody hurts somewhere. And then put some of this RedoxGold on there. And in my experience, the vast majority, close to 100%, are going to look at you and say, wow, what's in here? Because I feel better.